We're here.
We're here. I'm about to say, you already know what I was going to say, right? You already know what I was going to say.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. I have a special guest with me tonight.
Oh, who?
Wait a minute. Where is he? There he is.
You know, I had a cat named Gizmo.
Really?
I used to call him Gizzy Gizzy Momo.
Gizzy Momo.
Yeah. But so hello everyone. We're here. We are
Hello.
so here. We're here with Randy, of course. And we are here to do free live tarot readings. Isn't that right, Randy?
You got that right.
Okay.
Now I can't see any of the chat stuff going on, so I don't know where here's the chat stuff here. Hold on, let me click it on. Hold on. Comments. Is that the right thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
You see it now?
Yep.
So Randy is gonna be doing readings today.
There's Andrea saying hi, Lewis and Randy. Hello, Andrea.
Hola, muchacha.
and I see my friend Samantha on here. Hello, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha. How are you? So, for those who doesn't know Randy, I'm gonna have him introduce himself and with his experience. You know, because Randy is. Go ahead.
Okay. So, tarot for me is always about the story I see for people in the cards. So I don't call myself a go by the book tarot reader. And in other words, what I mean by that is, you buy a tarot book and it tells you, well, this card means this card means that, this card, da, 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 da. And I think that's fine when you're starting out to have that kind of a guidance. But I think as you get more proficient in tarot or as in anything, mediumship, whatever people do, you learn that those cards now have different meanings of what they should be. Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean by what I say. I'm not a go by the book tarot, because I've sat with plenty of people who say, "Oh, I read tarot too," as I'm laying out the cards. So then I don't take the cards and turn around and say, "Well, then you read them for yourself." But but I tell people that I don't go by what the book says. In the beginning, did I? Yeah, but now it's like you learn, and I always credit my I call my guides my gang, so I always credit my gang for that. And recently, what's interesting, even though as long as I've been doing this, there are some cards that still give me a little, I call it like a gnaw on my side, because I'm like going and with that, sometimes with certain cards you get a little gnaw.
Yeah.
One is always Hierophant. Hierophant's always a card where I look at it, what it says in the book, what it says online. I'm going, I can't go with that, and I'm still at odds with what the card's supposed to mean sometimes.
Yeah.
But a recent card for me that's changed the meaning is oh my gosh, isn't that terrible? Hold on. It just went right out of my head. It happens sometimes.
So you're more like an intuitive reader.
Yeah, it's more intuitive.
Intuitive, yeah.
Justice, the Justice card. So Justice here. I don't know if you can see the Justice card. Are you seeing it? So no. Justice used to mean. Where is she?
Go this way. That's it. Go ahead. Right there.
So Justice, she's got the skills going on, all that kind of stuff, all that. So recently, Justice has come to me to be called. I can now call it like the plate spinner. And I don't know if you guys know what you used to see, like on the old Ed Sullivan shows like that, where they had people, they were plate spinners. They had like these poles. They was spin the plates and keep the plates going, and so they all would. So that's what has come to me for me now is called plate spinning. I call it.
Okay. So there you go. Randy is more like I call them like intuitive reading.
Yeah, and it's not just about and you're not just going with what the cards say; it's what you feel
Mm-hmm.
the meaning is for the person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like anything else. It's just for me. It's a visual aid because I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
So that's what helps me connect with the person also. So
Okay. So this is how we do it. Whoever Randy is gonna feel drawn to, right, Randy? That's who you pick.
yep.
So
So I just want to talk here. Where did she go here? Esmer. She's asking how did you
Esmer
know you
Flores.
had. Yes, she's asking how did you know you had the gift to read or you learned. So it's kind of so Esmer is kind of a two-part thing for me where my grandmother used to read. She read playing cards, and so I grew up around her having people. She would have people over.
Oh,
She's
that's not
reading
here.
cards for them, and she's babysitting myself and my brother, and she's reading to
That
people like right there. So that wasn't anything new to me. I always knew that growing up as a kid. I'm not gonna say kid. I'm talking like like fourth grade, third, fourth grade. So, and then you're in Catholic school, and you think that everyone's grandmother reads cards, and you kind of mention it, and you tell your mother, don't say anything, don't tell anybody at school about this, and
Yeah.
this is back in the 70s because it wasn't a widespread thing back then, any kind of readings, and it was kind of like hush, 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 quiet, quiet, and it was all word of mouth back then. And as far as knowing I had the gift, it's hard to. I guess you just have your feeling for it. I guess you got a feeling for it, and that's the only way I guess I can really explain it. But that's it in a nutshell.
Oh.
Really.
Patricia says, "So nice to see you, Randy."
I see that.
And
I
Miriam
see that. Hello,
says,
Patricia.
"Hello, Miriam."
And I don't know who Kay is, but Kay says hi, hello. So I want to just remind people how I work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anyone to ask me, can you tell me this, that, this? Can you tell me about this, that, this? That's not how I work. I just ask people to say, can I get a reading, please?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, because I don't want to know. I don't like to know or want to know.
So basically, you're the type that says, "Can you pull a card for me?" or
Yeah.
"Can I get?" Okay.
So I want to read here for Robin because Robin says, "Would love to have a general reading." So I'm going to do a little for Robin here. So so for me, so I'm just using. This is just the this is the major arcana, it's called, which is the 22 cards, and then you have all the minor, which has more.
Which one? Which Robin you talking about?
Robin.
That one.
Robin Needham. Robin.
Okay.
McElroy,
Yes, I got the right one. Okay, got
Needham,
it.
which must be from Boston because it's Needham and Dedham, and no, I'm just kidding. All right, give me a moment. Hold on, Rob. I'm getting there. All right, so we're going to do a couple cards here for Robin and see what we got going on. Okay, so I want to talk about for Robin here. So first thing we're going to talk about Robin is about the Death card, and Death is a great card. Death is all about change, transformation. So we talk about some kind of change coming here for you. Very simple change, very easy change. It's change not to worry about. Okay, so if you worry about this change, you don't worry about the change. So I don't want to see any nail biting or, oh my God, you don't need to bite your nails. Get all worried about it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. So in the process of the change, you're also asking for a sign that it's going to be okay. So I'm not saying you shouldn't ask for signs. You want to ask for a sign, that's fine. I always say be reasonable asking for a sign. In other words, if your sign is to say, if the blinds fly open in 5 days, that's my sign. And now 5 days have gone by and the blinds don't fly open. Now you're all worked up. So ask for a reasonable sign. Okay, signs are always good to ask for. Make it reasonable. I always say a good sign to show you white feathers are always good signs. You can see a white feather like anywhere. Like I saw one a few weeks ago. It was raining out, and it was by a crack in the pavement in a parking lot. There was no white feather there. I come out, there's a white feather in the pavement crack in the water, and it was pouring out. So, like, where the heck did that come from? So I'm just saying, signs will show up when they need to. Okay. Sun card shows up here. Sun's a great card. Sun talks about rebirth, replenishment, renewal. So this talks about the change being good change. Again, nothing to worry about. No fears about it. Two other things I want to talk about. We talk about Chariot here with change. Chariot is about moving. So this is a move around. The changes around the move here. It's going to work out fine. It's going to be good. No worries about the move. And the last card here talk about is the World card. And World talks about things to an end, things changing, a situation changing, and new things starting. Okay, that's what change is all about. And the new thing starting here is the move. That's the new piece coming up is the move piece. Okay, so that's the new thing coming up is the move piece. Okay. All right. So let's see who else we got here. I'm just kind of scrolling down because I'm kind of, where's all the new stuff? Sorry, gang.
Okay, so.
Okay, Robert, I'm glad to know that gives you some information and I guess just say something you can go with and makes you happy. I'm glad. That's good. That's good.
You want me to pick one for you?
Sure.
Okay, I'll pick. Let me see. How about Vasquez Jolimar? I would like one of that reading.
Vasquez.
Yeah, I put on the screen.
I'm just trying to find the name here.
Oh, she's all the way in the beginning. I pick people from the beginning.
From the beginning. Oh, I see that. Okay, I see Vasquez.
So her name is Jolimar Vasquez.
Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. Okay. Now, I just want to let you all know, you may hear some things sound similar. It's just the cards, what they have to say. And again, it's how the cards need to be coming out for people. It's just a random thing. All right. So first thing oh, that was my thing going off. Okay. Can you still hear me, Lois?
I thought it was Spirit. I'm like, what?
Spirit is powering off.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
It was my little speaker I had. It was my speaker.
That was funny.
It was a speaker I have. There it is. See? It was powering off. That's okay. So anyway, all right. So we're going to talk about, again, we have to have the death card here. The change card shows up in this situation. Around there, too, we have Tower. What Tower talks about is change, transformation. Tower's all about chaos. That's all about change, too. So let me show you the Tower here, if I can find where I'm at here. Whoops. All right, so here's Tower. So Tower talks about chaos, okay? So chaos, it comes into our lives sometimes when we feel stuck. We feel like we're not moving anywhere, like emotionally. And I always say that Tower comes into our lives, the chaos comes into our lives, because it's like a little kick in your hiney to get you moving. Okay, so Tower brings chaos, and do we like chaos in our lives? No, we don't, because chaos is like it's crappy, it's lousy. It's oh my god, I can't believe this. Couple things about chaos, and this is for anyone in general if the card comes up. Chaos, you can't rush chaos. You can't move it forward. You can't push it forward. I always say it has to percolate. It needs to do what it needs to do. It's a process, Okay. So, and this is for anybody out there that's got chaos going on in their life right now. You kind of have to put up with it. You kind of have to go through it. Okay. It will be done when it's done, and it's going to take its time when it's going to be all done. That's the thing about chaos. So, in general, talk about this as chaos here. It has to go through this process. But chaos, the end result of chaos, is always change. Change comes from chaos. And that's where the death card shows up, talks about change coming from the chaos. Now, the strength card shows up here. Here's strength. And what strength talks about with the chaos is about being strong through this. Okay? Not giving up, not giving in, not saying, oh, I'm done, I can't. No. Strength says, no. You got to be strong through this process. It's going to take some time, but you got to be strong through it too. Okay? Temperance here shows up. What temperance talks about in this process too, being patient. You're going to be patient through the chaos. Again, because it's not going to, just because you may want it to be done and say, I want this to be done and it should be done. It's going to do what it's going to do. So change is coming, get through the chaos piece, and it's going to be fine. You're going to get through it just fine. Okay, it's going to be all be good. All be good. Okay. So let's see here. Joyce is asking, I keep seeing a yellow card peeking out. Do you just use the major arcana or roll cards? So Joyce, I use, so when I'm doing the mini readings here, I'm using the major arcana. I do a spread usually when I do private readings. I do 14 cards of the major arcana, and then I use the minor for a more in-depth reading after that. So I use the major to talk about those things currently going on around people. That's why we're using the major right now. So that's what that's my process. That's what I do. Okay.
Okay. Look at Soul Wave. I'm wondering if you have any pointers for a new tarot reader. I already do oracle readings.
Who's that now?
Soul Wave.
Soul Wave. I'm just trying to find.
Yeah, I put her thing on so you can read it. It's under the screen.
I still can't see it though for some reason. Oh, Soul Wave.
Yeah, her name is Terry.
Name? So I'm sorry. What was she asking again? I couldn't.
I'm wondering if you have any pointers for a new tarot reader. Shit. So.
Yes. So if you're just learning tarot, what I want to say is take your time with the cards. Don't rush to say, oh, this should be this and this should be that. Take your time. Keep a journal. Put your cards down. Put a card down. So let me just give you an example. Let's say, let me just see here. Let me just find them. All right, so let's look at Fool here. Okay, so you pull out the Fool card. Now, I want to say that I'm using the Rider-Waite deck. This is a traditional tarot deck. The Rider-Waite deck was designed by Pamela Coleman Smith. Arthur Waite is the gentleman who hired her to do the drawings, and Rider is the publisher of the cards. So this was the first tarot deck of its kind to have the minor arcana. It was all done with pictures. Before that, like for example, say you had like the Three of Wands, okay? So the Three of Wands would have shown 3 wands with all this flowery stuff. And the Three of Wands doesn't look like that now. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really say what it looks like, but I mean, because I'm just used to the cards as they are. So the Three of Wands doesn't look like that anymore. Every tarot deck that's out there now is based on the Rider, is based on this deck. Okay, so they're all based from this deck. Okay, so any deck you buy, just know that. And I also want to say, don't rush to buy a deck. If you are allowed at a store, say, to open up a deck, and go through it and hold it. And if it like sings to you, like speaks to you, that's fine. If it doesn't speak to you, not the right deck. So take your time. So so Fool, you look at Fool here. Where are we? There we go. And it shows the guy here standing here, like he's looking up, taking that leap of faith, just going forward. And that's what Fool's about. Fool's about going forward, not looking back. And you look here also, there's a dog nipping at his heels here, okay? And that little dog is important too. So anyway, you look at the card and you say to yourself, and you can meditate on the card if you want to. You take your time and say, what does this card say to me? And you have a little notebook and you write down the Fool and you write down your meaning, okay? That's with every card. You can do that with every single card. That way you have your own like little tarot book. And then as far as spreads go, like this spread I use is my own spread that I made up eventually for myself. So it's getting comfortable with spreads. You can certainly use, spreads you see in a book. That's a good place to start. But the other piece to a tarot is putting the cards together so they make sense to you. And how do you feel the cards go together? It's all about feeling. So what I want to say is try not to think about the cards. Try to feel what the cards say. Because if you think about it, you're getting all in your head about it. And then you're getting all like, oh, my God, and I hope this is right. I hope this is right. I hope this isn't wrong. And that's where you can that's not being intuitive. That's trying to be like more logical. Because in this kind of, stuff we do, myself and Lewis, anybody else, to say it's logical, I don't know, but it's all in how it makes you feel, all in how you feel about it. So that's my advice with reading tarot. Take your time, those kinds of things. Do a notebook, look at the card. What does it say to you? Things like that.
I look at myself and I'm seeing Star Wars, Princess Leia.
You're seeing Princess Leia?
Yeah, look. I feel like Princess Leia from Star Wars.
Oh,
the buns.
Okay, so anyway, we're moving on from that now. But
okay.
So Tammy's asking about, do you have to cleanse your cards? You can if you want to. I don't really think you need to. I mean, my mother and grandmother didn't do it back then. They did playing cards. You didn't have sage back then. You can, you can hold your cards. You can put your hands on them. You can say a little prayer over the cards if you want to. It's totally up to the person if you want to cleanse them or not. Once in a while, I may use some sage on them, but here's my thing. Shuffling and not shuffling is really cleansing the cards in themselves, because you're moving the cards and you're letting letting the air get to them. So, all right.
Who said that? Okay, Tammy.
Tammy.
Okay.
And yes,
Tammy,
you can use sage. You can use sage with them if you want to. Again, it's totally up to you. It's totally up to the person.
What I do, okay, if you let this is my personal stuff, okay, because each reader is different. If I let others touch my card after that reading, I do cleanse them, because their energies will stay. And what will happen is, let's say if you don't cleanse them and the next person comes, all that the last person you had and then the new person that's coming plus your energy is, it gets too much. So that's why I would cleanse them after each reading if you have people touching your cards. But if you don't, and it's just your hands touching that card, there's no need to.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Tammy Rain. Tammy Rain said this Princess Leia is handsome.
And Tammy here, I also want to say, as far as the cards go, you're not going to be opening doors of the unknown. You're not going to be letting anything in. That doesn't work with tarot cards, really. Yeah. There's other things, that can do that, but tarot cards don't. I don't see that happening for myself with tarot cards. So, all right. So Stacy here is asking for a reading. So Stacy, Stacy Sessions. I think that's how you say her last name. Stacy's. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, Stacy. Jeez. All right, so Stacy here is asking for a reading. So let me just do a little shuffling here. Okay.
Hi, Brandy. Hey, Jet. I'm saying hi to people as you're shuffling.
So, so Stacy, everyone's got a lot of change going on for people. So, Stacy, I have you here. They have the Empress card, and Empress right next to you is a Death card. Change. So we're talking about change for you. And again, change is about good new things coming. Good things, are on board here with change. I do want to talk about how you are obsessed right now about making decisions or making either you're afraid of or obsessed with either making the wrong decision, or it's almost obsessed with, is this the right one? So for you, it's like, you're not saying the wrong one. You're being obsessed with, am I making the right decision? Is this the right thing? I don't know. Am I doing the right decision here? And then again, it's like, give me a sign. It's good. I'm doing the right thing. Give me a sign. So you're not really asking yourself, am I making the wrong decision? You're asking yourself, am I making the right decision? Okay, so I kind of find that interesting in its own way. So just know this, Stacy, you don't make wrong decisions. But if that's something, if you believe that, then that comes to be true. It's that, I think what they call that now. It's, believing the truth about something and you make it happen that way. So know that you don't make wrong decisions. You don't make bad decisions. But change is coming. It's good change. So just know whatever's going to come from this, it's going to have its way of working. It's going to be okay for you also there, Stacy. All right. So no wrong or no bad decisions are being made here. Okay. Okay.
You want me to pick someone for you, or you're good?
I'm going to actually pick Joyce here. Joyce Riley Davidson. There she is. Joyce. Okay, so Joyce. Let's see what we got for you, Joyce. Okay. All right, so Joyce, I want to talk to you first about, we have the Chariot here. Chariot talks about a move, okay? And you may have to make some, it's either sacrifices along the way about the moving itself, or more about not limiting your view about the move. So what I mean by not limiting your view about the move, in other words, if you are a person who thinks inside the box and you've got the blinders on, so your view is to say, okay, there's a move and it's this and it should be this and it should be this. So you have your own concept of how this should be going. It should go this, it should go this, it should go this. And I just want to say that you can't go by that stuff, because nothing is set in stone with nothing's set in stone with the move. Okay, you have to be kind of open-minded about it, kind of go with the flow. So Hangman is also about, let me show you Hangman here. So Hangman here talks about going with the flow as far as the move is concerned. Okay, so if you're so rigid about this move and how it should be going, and it needs to be going this way, you may find some delays in there or some conflicts in there. Okay, and I'm going to say it this way, and I mean no disrespect when I say it this way, that the delays and conflicts is something that you would bring to the table with the move, okay? So try to be more open-minded about the move, a little bit easier going about this whole situation. You hate delays, you don't like delays. So, delays can happen in there. You got to be more open about the delay, any possibility of delays showing up there too. So, keep those things in mind for yourself as far as the move is concerned. And you can certainly ask other people their opinion about it. Do you think you should do this? Is this a good idea? Things like that. But you have to remember that it is your choice. It is your decision about this ultimately. Okay. Because in there also, you're going to have people that will say, oh, this is great. And people say, no, I wouldn't do this. This is nuts. This is crazy. And now you're all conflicted, confused. So that's what I mean with the hangman, because now you're like going, oh, well, so-and-so said this, and now so-and-so, and then everyone's no, and yes, and now I don't know now. You've got to make it how, and I'm going to say it again, it's how you feel about it and not getting in your head about it, because that's that logical stuff again, getting shoved in your head, and how you feel about it is the best way to go with this too. If you feel like, A is the best one, and there's also B to choose from, and you're like, and you feel that A is a better choice, then that's how you go with it. It's all about how you feel about it. Okay. All right, let's see here. What else do we have?
How about Josiah Douglas?
Sure.
Right there.
Sure. Sure. I like how you just simply ask for the,
Well, I see you looking like, let me pick. This should be interesting.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk about we have chaos again here. Chaos shows up here. And just going back about chaos is about, Tower. Tower's about chaos. Again, don't like the idea of chaos being in our life. Again, you have to get through it to get to the end. And the end result of what chaos, well, as I said earlier, is all about change. Changing. I'm gonna stick with that word. Changing from the chaos. Okay. So it's not just about things around you changing from the chaos. It's really about, I know I just messed that up. Sorry. Because that's how it's supposed to say it. It's really about you changing from the chaos. Okay. So usually I tell people how it's things changing around you, but that's how I was supposed to say it, because it's you changing from the chaos. Okay. Around this also, there's some decision around this you're going to have to make with the end result of this chaos piece too, with this change or changing piece also. Okay. I'm not sure what the change is all about around that for you, the decision. It doesn't really tell me. But that's something that will come up in the process. Some decision around this piece also that you're going to have to make. And again, here, judgment shows up. Judgment talks about, show me a sign, it's going to be okay. And again, asking for a sign is fine. It's being reasonable asking for a sign, okay? So if you need to ask for signs, that's fine. But again, change coming from changing. You changing, coming from the chaos, okay? Let's see here. Okay. Well, I'm glad you understand that. Okay, I'm glad. Sounds good. So I'm just looking here. I'm just. All right. So Carmen here is asking. Carmen's from New York, and she's asking for, and her birthday was. Well, that was
The
last
18th.
weekend, right? The 18th.
Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May I please have a reading? Thank you kindly. Sure, sure. All
Here's
right.
your birthday present.
All right, let's see. All right, so we have the world card here shows up, and what world talks about is a situation that's ending. Okay, so there's a situation ending, and something new is going to be starting from that. So anything new coming up is always good. Okay, so good new things coming up here. We have the Hermit shows up here also, and Hermit talks about looking back on past things. Okay, so what that says to me is anytime in the past when things have ended and new things have begun, that tells me some uncertainty about these new things, worried about these new things. Okay, so what Hermit says is looking back when new things have started up, and what he's saying is that how they turned out to be okay, they had their way of working out to be fine. Okay, so in this also, just keep in mind that sometimes we can get a little wrench in the works. It can be a delay there because you may want, okay, let's go. I want this now. And again, things have to take their time. There was a process here. Things have to percolate sometimes. So even when new things begin, you may want to have something hurry up and start. Hurry up. Come on, come on. Things sometimes still need to take their time to get there. Okay. And so this is why Temperance shows up here. We talked about temperance already, about patience, 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 patience. It's a big thing for you, Carmen. It's learning about being more patient sometimes about things around you, new things coming up, new situations coming up. Okay, patient. Sun shows up also. Sun's a great card. Sun talks about rebirth, replenishment, and renewal. So new good things coming up from this. New good things coming up from this. Okay, so no worries, no worries, no fears. Okay, just try and let that stuff go. Sometimes you have to let that stuff go. Oh my gosh, there's so many people on here now. You're welcome, Carmen. You're welcome. Giggles. Okay. All right.
Who we got?
Why, Misty's here. Hello, Misty. Hello, hello, hello.
Misty Dawn?
Yeah, Misty. You know Misty. You know Misty from Yvette's store.
No.
I don't know if you know Misty. No. Have you met Misty before? From Yvette's store?
The only one I know from Yvette is Yvette and Tala.
Okay. Well, Misty has her own little shop now going on in Meriden. Very nice little shop.
Will you read on Saturdays?
I do if there's openings available.
No, I went in Wallingford. That's where I went.
Yeah, that's right. Wallingford at Crescent Moon. Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Yes.
So who are you reading now?
All right. So we're going to read for Andrea. Andrea's on here. Let's read for Andrea.
Andrea
Fremantle. I think that's how you say it. Fremantle. So I was shuffling and a card popped up here, turned around, and that happens sometimes. So our card that turned around here is the Hermit. So Hermit is all about looking back on things, looking back on past things. So usually when the Hermit shows up like by itself sometimes, I would say, do your best trying to look at past things and how things had gone with the past and how things are going currently. Try not to compare and contrast. But in this case, I'm going to say that for you, Hermit is a good card because he is talking about looking back to see how things were and how much better they are now. Okay. So that's a good comparison contrast for you. So sometimes you're not sure that things are better now, but he's saying is look back, see how things used to be, see how things work, and how much change has happened in there. Because a lot of change, a lot of change in there did happen, Andrea. Okay. I think sometimes you either dismiss it or you forget about it, or you're just going to say, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's right. Because even people tell you this, like friends and family who've known you for a long time, and you're kind of like, I don't think so. I don't think so. So what Hermit says is, yeah, they're right. That is there. But you have to look back to see it for yourself. It's like seeing is believing kind of thing. So again, it's about opening your eyes, looking back, and seeing it. So so in that respect, let's talk about Fool here. We talked about Fool earlier. Fool's about moving on. Stepping forward, taking that, just saying, I'm sick of this. I'm making some change. It's about change. That leap of faith. He's not looking back. He's going for it. And again here, you can see here's the dog. Where are we here? The dog nipping at the heels. See the dog nipping at the heels there?
No. Go to the other corner. Go to the other corner. Nope.
Sorry.
The other.
I'm trying to find my camera.
Down, right there.
All right, see the dog nipping at the heels there? All right, so dog nipping at the heels is what the moon card talks about. Where is my camera? Sorry. Is what the moon card talks about. Moon is about, I talk about two types of people around you in this situation. So you have your cheerleaders and your naysayers, okay? So cheerleaders about this moving forward stuff, they're like, yay, go for it. This is great, Andrea. Go, yay. And then your naysayers are people going, this is nuts. This is crazy. I wouldn't do this. Why do you want to do this? No. And what that's really about is about change. Because anytime change comes into our lives, some people are either happy about change or the naysayers don't want the change to happen because they want things to stay the same. Okay? So in that respect, what I'm talking about for you is you have to put the naysayers aside because the change is for you. It's not for them. And you can explain to them till you're blue in the face about why you're doing this. And you know what? They're like going, la, la, I'm not listening, la, la, la. They're not going to listen. They're not going to hear it. So, and I mean, no disrespect when I say this, but trying not to waste your time on the naysayer part of it all. Okay. But looking back is good. Seeing how things have changed from, even from a year ago, things have changed, okay? And moving forward, still stepping forward and not looking back on things and just, do it, going for it. It's good stuff. All right, let's see.
Hello, Wadrina. Wadrina, yeah, she said good evening, Louis. Good evening, Wadrina.
Oh.
How are you? And then let me see. The name of this channel is my group, my Facebook group, at My Spirit World.
You're welcome, Andrea. So, I don't know if anybody here is a Netflix fan, but there's a new show on there. I don't know if any of you have heard of Tyler Henry. Tyler Henry used to have a show, I think it was on E! Or something like that. It was called The Hollywood Medium. But there's a new show with him on Netflix, this Tyler Henry. and it's called Life After Death, and it's a very good series. And he's a medium. Yeah,
was it,
he's a medium.
He used to call, no, it was an E. He used to be the Hollywood medium.
Yes, exactly. And he does what's called scrying or scribbling. So he's got a piece of paper and he scribbles on the paper. And that's so when you see anyone doing that, their gang, that's their way to focus and to connect. But he's very interesting, and it's a pretty good series. So it's Tyler Henry. It's called Life After Death. I just wanted to bring that up because it's a pretty good series. We've been watching it too, so it's pretty good. It's pretty interesting. Oh, so it says, love Tyler Henry. All right, so Marie Taylor says, may I have card, please? You may. Sure, we can do that. Abby says she's watching it now. So you're watching Tyler Henry now. It's pretty interesting. All right. Is that right? It's almost 9 o'clock, Lewis. My goodness gracious, time flies.
It's 9 o'clock already?
Almost, yeah. My goodness. Okay. All right, so Marie Taylor. So I want to talk about, we have Tower shows up for you. Tower we talk about is chaos, and Temperance here shows up. And again, let me just show you Temperance. Where are we here? Temperance is about patience. So again, it's, the chaos shows up here for you. Temperance talks about patience through this chaos. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to say it again. You can't rush the chaos. The chaos needs to take its time. It has to percolate. It has to do what it needs to do. Okay. So, patience with the chaos piece. So I have to say this, and I'm not sure what this means for you, but I'm not sure what this is about. But I don't know if there's something about your kitchen involved with this or something with food with this, because it's either food or kitchen stuff involved somehow with this chaos piece, and I'm not sure what that means for you, but I'm just kind of being shown that. So if that has a meaning for you, you can let me know if you'd like to. But something with like kitchen food with the chaos piece. Sun here shows up. Sun talks about, it's going to be okay. Sun's about rebirth, replenishment, renewal. So it's going to be okay. Again, it's just, I'm going to say it this way. It's a pain in the ass, but it's going to get there. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right. All right. Let's see here. So we have, I think you say it, Yaya. Is that how you say it? Yaya Patricia Diaz?
Diaz. Yes.
Yaya Diaz. Okay, so Yaya. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Yaya. I don't mean to smile and laugh. I'm sorry. All right. So, we have you here. I want to just show you the cards here. Yeah. We have you here, the Empress. Next to you, we have Devil. Devil's not about being possessed. Devil's obsession. Okay. And then also next to that, we have the Chariot, which talks about a move. Okay. So, let's talk about. Okay. So let's talk about Empress being you. Obsession here with moving or wanting to move. Okay, so that's kind of your thing right now, is being obsessed with like getting out from where you are, getting a new place. Okay. So, and for you, it's about asking for a sign. It's going to be okay. Is it going to be all right? That's the Judgment card. I want to just show you here. Star shows up. Star is a great card. Star talks about a light at the end of the tunnel. So what I want to say about this for you, as far as this moving goes, obsessing with the move, maybe not right now, and maybe not even this year, okay? So very possible next year, beginning of next year, or even next springtime, okay? So part of what I want to say here is, expectations sometimes, things sometimes just take their time. They just have to get there. So a lot of this for you right now is it has to get there when it's right, okay? So part of this too for you is being patient through this, because if you're going to feel like you need to rush this and get this done now, this is not the right time. You will not be happy with the outcome. Okay, so take your time, go with the flow with this, and again, getting out of your head about it, trying to get out of your head about it, and how it makes you feel. Okay. So I also want to say for you too that if you're feeling frustrated about that whole thing right now with this, write things down for yourself about how this whole thing is making you feel. Put it on paper. See it. Seeing things written down is very important for you also. Okay, so write things down. Sometimes making lists of things. Okay. Keeping track of it that way for you, like emotionally, because sometimes you put stuff away, you put things away inside of you, and you let it sit there and let it fester sometimes, and then something happens where it's like, oh my God, and then you like blow up. Okay, so trying your best not to do that with this situation. Okay, so taking your time, the move is there, it shows up, but again, it may not be until next spring, okay? Things take their time when they need to take their time, okay?
Can I pick one?
Of course you may.
Tina Simpson.
Tina, anything for me, please? Anything for me? Well, yeah, I'm glad those things resonate with you. So it's good to know that. I appreciate you letting me know that. So it's always good to hear the feedback. Thank you. And to anyone, I always appreciate the feedback. So it's always good to hear. So it's always appreciated to know. And so one thing I want to say before I start with Tina is, I always say for myself as a reader, I always say it's not me, I call myself the hollow bone. And I say, it's what comes from, I call my gangs my guides. It comes from my gang. So they're the ones that let me know, the messages to get across. So I always appreciate my gang.
I love this. Look, read this. Wait, read that.
Where are you?
Hi, how are you drinking?
How are you drinking? How are you doing? I'm drinking very well.
Thank you.
That's interesting. How are you drinking? Wow. All right. So Tina. All right. So Tina, I want to show you your cards. We have you here, the Empress. Okay. Next to you, we have, or is she, the High Priestess. And then we have Temperance. Okay. So for you two, I want to talk about is, so my feeling for you is you get yourself very excited with new things that come up, and either new things you hear about or things that are coming or things like that. So there's this excitement that boils up inside of you, and you're like, oh my God, yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's not like you show that to anybody. It's kind of private for yourself. your own excitement that way. But then there's something in there that happens. Okay, there's something in there that happens for you. And this is what the High Priestess talks about, where it's fear of not knowing how things will be, or not knowing about outcomes, or not knowing how it's going to end up being after all. So there's this excitement piece. You're all excited about it. And then it's like, oh, geez, I'm not sure now. I'm not sure if that's going to be okay or not. But here's what happens, okay? The excitement piece is how you feel about it. And then it goes from here up to here. And now you're like, oh, geez, maybe that wasn't a good idea after all. I don't know. I don't think that. And it's think. It's using the word think, okay? And sometimes for you, Tina, that's what stops you in your tracks, okay? So what Temperance here talks about is learning to be more patient about these situations as they come up for you. So being patient. So sometimes it may be you step back from it and you say to yourself, you know, I'm really excited about this, but how does that make me really feel? Okay. And a lot of stuff for everybody in this really is about how it makes you feel. So how does it make you feel? Do you feel excited about it? Do you feel like, well, geez, maybe, you know, there's a little bit of uncertainty in there? And, you know, you can explore that uncertainty. Well, why is it I feel uncertain about it? What makes me feel uncertain about it? And, you know, write it down how you feel about it. And again, it's visually seeing down on paper how you feel about it, okay? Because keeping it all up in here sometimes, oh my, and it's like, it doesn't work out. So write it down how, and again, feeling how you feel about it, okay? And that's the best thing you can do for yourself there, how it makes you feel, okay? So, so Lewis, I wanted to show a deck here, if that's okay.
Go ahead. It's your night.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know if any of you have seen this or heard about this. There's this deck here called.
Oh yeah, I had that deck.
Talking to Heaven, and this is put up by Doreen Virtue and James Van Prague. I don't know if any of you know who these people are. James Van Prague is very, you know, popular medium. He used to have a talk show on TV some years ago. And you get this lovely little book. And I'll show you the cards here. They're very pretty cards. Mm-hmm. So they all look like this. They have the little stairway. Oh, where am I? Stairway to Heaven on them. And they have the gold on here, which is very pretty. And these are, I guess you could call these like mediumship cards. And they all have different pictures on them with sayings on them.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's another way to say that people can try and connect with, you know, loved ones. Now, this really is what was called an oracle deck. And if you all have heard of oracle decks before, they're very popular. And most oracle decks have, I believe, like 44 cards in them. I don't know why, to be honest. I don't know why it's 44 cards. I just know it's 44 cards. But they're very interesting. So you may want to explore them if you'd like. And I just think they're kind of nifty myself. All right, so let's see here. Just trying to find. So Marla was asking if she has any spirit guides. So what I want to say about spirit guides is that we all have them, Marlo. They are always around us. And you're asking who are they? And that's something, you know, that's something you have to really kind of find for yourself. Spirit guides can be they can range anywhere from like angels to loved ones. And how do they help me? And spirit guides, again, they're like angels in that respect, where they help you with choices, decisions. I have to say, I have been extremely fortunate that I've actually met some of my spirit guides. Like, I'm talking like in flesh. And so that was always very interesting for me. So just know that we all have spirit guides, Marlo. If you want to even try and meditate on that for yourself, you can try that. But we all have our guides. We all have our gang. So just know that they're out there, and I don't know. Listen, anything you want to add to that about spirit guides?
To Marlo. So Marlo, what I'm picking up around you, I don't know if from your spirit guide is I don't know if you're an animal lover or something, because I'm picking up a spirit guide and confirm. Let me know if I'm the right energy here, Marlo. I'm picking up a spirit guide that comes with animals. I don't know if either you're an animal lover, or is that you help animals or stuff like that, like a vet or something like that. But one spirit guide is coming with animal, and he's a healer. Okay, oh, you are an animal lover. Okay, and then I'm bringing another one that is standing out. Okay, and this one is very a jungle person. He has a lot of feathers. Okay, and hold on, his energy is like off the roof. Okay, and he's painting his face red and eyes. Okay, he's from the jungle. Okay, there's a name for them, but there's a name for that. Okay, and this one is standing out. Okay, and he's trying to say something about you, that you need to start being proud and believing in yourself. He's the one that's going to make you stand out. Maybe you hold too much, or you stand in the back and not let people see who you really are. You're like blocking yourself. Let me know if this is making any sense on this one, what he's talking about. He wants you to come forward. He wants you to be proud of yourself. Okay. He doesn't want you to blend in. He wants you to start standing out. Okay, Marlo? Know that this one is coming. He wants you to shine brightly. All right? Either someone is trying to dim your light, and he wants you, he doesn't want you to let people dim your light. All right? He's talking about you. He wants you to come out and shine and stand out. All right? And also, I've got another one that is coming. This one is okay. Makes sense. You're welcome, Marlo. And this one right here, this one is coming, and he's saying like, this is your idea guide. He's your artistic part, maybe about writing or something. But this one is coming forward, and he's gonna help you create and express, all right, and inspire. This guide right here, that he's white hair, beard, and he wears a cloth, but he's gonna inspire you either for new ideas, and also he's gonna inspire you to take chances. All right. Maybe there's ideas that you want or plans that you have, but you're afraid to move forward. He's gonna inspire you, and he's gonna guide you on how to do it. All right, Marlo? Ooh. When energy comes, it made me jumpy like a prostitute on the rodeo.
So, Lewis, there's somebody on here named Baba Musa Akunma who was saying,
yeah, those are those scammers.
They've been on here like several times already.
Yeah,
but anyway,
those scammers.
So there is a great book I want to talk about for everybody here. Can you all see it? Where are we? It's called Animal Speak, and it's put out by Ted Andrews. He died several years ago. This is a wonderful book. This is about our animal spirit animals,
Yeah.
and there is a tremendous amount of. This ranges anywhere from insects to reptiles to mammals. It tells you all about the. Let me just find one here. So antelope shows up here. Antelope's about speed, adaptability of the mind, spring and autumn. But there was a whole, like there's several paragraphs about antelope, why antelope would show up for you as a power animal. So it's always very interesting. And mine, in case you don't know, is my butterfly. Mine is my butterfly. So you'll see butterflies. I even have a butterfly. This is my box I put my cards in. I have a butterfly on my card box. And butterflies all about change, transformation. And so I always honor my butterfly. Somebody here, Dana says owls. Owls are good. Owls are good. So there was somebody here named, where is it? Dana Holden. I think would like a reading. Dana, are you still here? I would love a general reading, please. Dana. Okay, Dana. Dana.
Oh, mine says owl. I have an owl thing with me.
Mine is butterfly first, and then it is hawk second. You can have more than one. More than one. John's is owl. John has owl.
Look at my owl. There you see, protects me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I think my second one will be a lioness because I love lionesses.
There you go. All right. So I'm sorry, I got sidetracked here. Dana. Okay.
Yeah, I got her name right there. Dana Holden.
Okay. All right, Dana. So let's talk about for you. So we're talking about Chariot, Dana. Chariot talks about a move. Okay. So next to that we have Star. Would you just show your Star here? Look, there's Star. Okay. So when I see Star show up next to the moving card, what that says to me is you're not sure about the move. There's some doubt about the move. Is it the right thing? I don't know. And then next to that also, we have, judgment. Show me a sign. Show me a sign that's going to be okay. So the reason why Star shows up next to the move card is to tell you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel with the move. The other part of this also is that you may find some delays with this right now. And I'm not sure what this word is about for you, or why I have to use this word, but the word popped into my head. Something about either obscure or obstructive. I'm not sure if it's both words or one in particular, but it's either obscure or obstructive. Okay. So and I'm going to say it this way, and again, no disrespect in saying it this way. So it's either you are obstructing this for yourself to happen, or it's somebody else aside you who is that this is an obscure thing to even think about right now. Okay. So it's like those two words together, but the first is about you about it, and the second one is about them about it. Okay. So the fact that they're saying it, because for you it's like saying it in your head, but for them it's like they're saying it out loud. So the fact that they're saying it out loud is now you're saying to yourself, yeah, maybe this is like an obscure thing to be thinking about right now, about moving. So that's kind of where it comes from for you. So if you want to believe that's true, what this person is telling you, you'll make that a true thing for yourself. Okay. So I'm just backtracking again on other things I've already talked about with people. So if you think that's true for you, then it will be a true thing for you. Okay? So again, it's how does the idea of moving make you feel? You have to look at it that way. How does the idea of moving make you feel? If it makes you feel like it's something to look into and pursue, then you go for it. That's fine. Again, it doesn't mean that it needs to happen like right now, even like this year. If it's pursuing it with the possibility of it being eventually, then that's fine. That's okay. But in that also, you need to explain that to the person aside of you in a constructive, positive way. Okay, because they may not see it the same way as you see it. There may be some, walking on eggshell things around that also. So just be aware of that also. So it's all in how you say it. Sometimes I say with people like that, it's like you have to feed them. It's like feeding a baby food. You have to, spoon feed them little bits of information. Like one day you're saying, okay, well, this, that, and this. And then, they've got to swallow it and they've got to think about it, and then next day it's like, remember when I talked about this the other day and it was this, that, and this, that, and this? Oh, yeah. Well, now, then you add on to it bit by bit by bit, slowly add on to it. Okay. So pursuing it is a great thing. Doesn't have to be, again, it's the idea of it. The pursuit of it's fine. But again, it's with that second person, how you have to handle that. I just have to say it this way, like gently with kid gloves. You have to be, look at it that way. Okay.
Okay. All right. So it's after 9. So can we just do one more? Can we do Brandy Wells?
Brandy, where's Brandy
Her,
Wells?
Right here.
Sure. Okay, so here's the thing, Brandy. I can't guarantee that what you're asking for is what's going to come up as far as your career stuff, because that's not how I work as a reader. You can ask that, but if you feel that the information I'm giving you has to do with that, then that's fine. But just know that I so just so you're aware.
She says she's open.
Okay.
So let me put just so you could.
All right. Well, Dane, I'm glad to hear that. That's what that was for you. But again, you were certainly open to pursue that for you. Okay, and then keep that thought open for yourself. Okay. So Brandy. Okay. All right. So we'll take them a little bit different this time, because usually I shuffle and take them from the top, but I'm going to take them up this way. Oh, goodness. I got a whole bunch that came out. Okay. You got to bear with me here because I had a whole bunch. I've got to read all these, Lewis, and we'll make this our last one, okay?
Yeah.
Because it just kind of happens this way. Okay, so Brandy. So first we have the Empress card, which shows you. Next to you, we have the Hierophant card. So what you're asking about the career thing is what you're not just asking me this, you're asking other people of this also. Okay, so, what do you think? I'm thinking about doing this. You think it's a good idea? You think it's fine? You think it's fine? Again, human nature, it's what we do. I understand it, and that's fine. But bottom line, Brandy, is that it's your choice, it's your decision to make with this also. Okay, so that asking this one, asking this one, asking that one, it's giving you this sense of security of saying, oh yeah, well, so and so, you're getting like the consensus. Well, yeah, so and so said this, and so you're keeping tally. Well, so and so said this, and so said this. So yes, and yes. Oh no, yes. So I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but if that makes you feel better for yourself to do that, it's totally up to you. And when I say that, I mean I say it with no disrespect, because everyone has their stuff, and that's fine. But if that makes you feel comfortable for yourself to be doing that, to keep this tally like that, that's okay. Ultimately, it's your choice, your decision. I just want to say that also. All right, so let me get to the rest of the cards here, because I have like several cards that fell out.
Spirit's trying to tell Spirit's trying to really tell her something.
Oh yes. So first one to talk about is this Emperor guy that shows up around you. Let me show our Emperor guy. Here's our Emperor guy. Okay. So Stubborn Man here shows up. Stubborn Man shows up around this. So around him we have the Hangman. Okay, Hangman here. So, and then I want to talk about the cheerleaders and the naysayers here. Okay. So they're all kind of connected. So Stubborn guy shows up around this also. Okay. So you're kind of dealing with the stubborn guy. This is someone who's set in his ways. So he may not see this as something that's going to be beneficial or helpful to you, but it's really, is it benefiting him? How does this help me out? I don't see what any good this is going to do for me. This is how he sees it. Okay. So there's that pulling you back piece with that. Okay. Then on the other side here, we have your cheerleaders and your naysayers. Okay, so your cheerleaders are like, this is great, I would go for this, rah, rah, rah. Then your naysayers. I can't believe you want to do this right now. Why you want to do this career change right now? Everything's been going good for you right now. And in this naysayer piece is your stubborn guy, who I don't doubt is fueling that opinion. Okay. Now he may not be doing it like right in front of your face, but behind your back, there's stuff going on there. Okay. So I also wouldn't doubt that there's either a family, like mother, sister, someone like that involved with this, who's being a naysayer right now also. So I wouldn't be surprised that's mixed in with this piece also. Okay. We have the Justice card. Now, Justice we talked about earlier. Justice is the plate spinner. So you're trying to keep, and that's where you spin the plates, on the long poles and keep them spinning so they're not going to fall off and break. So you're trying to keep the naysayers happy, and you're trying to keep the cheerleaders happy. And here's the thing. You can't keep everybody happy in this situation. The person you're going to keep happy the most about this is, guess, it's you. It's yourself. Okay? So there's a decision in there you have to make. Do you keep the plate spinning, or do you say, you know what, screw this. This is for me. I need to do this for myself. Okay? So the World card, where are we here, is the last card here in this part. World is about something, some situation ending and something new starting. Okay? So when new things are starting, we talk about change with that. And you look at World, you see how it all goes around here. Okay? And there's that connection. It keeps going. It keeps going. Things are always changing and evolving. It's always changing and evolving. And in this also, we talk about you changing and evolving. Okay? You are the one changing and evolving. And the other part too is to remember is that if people feel uncomfortable about that, and if they don't like that, here's the bottom line. It's too bad. And the bottom line is that this is all for you. Okay? So keep that in mind for yourself too. This is all for you. All right? So that's what it all has to say. And I hope that gives you some clarity and some decisions there about, moving forward for yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
I have to say, Lewis, time really goes by fast.
Yeah, it does. It really does. All right. So everyone, we just want to say thank you for joining us, and we hope that you're coming for next time.
Thank you, gang, and I hope that those who I gave messages to,
I'm
you
sure they're
received them,
happy.
Oh, Brandy says thanks. You're welcome, Brandy. You're very, very welcome. I hope that gives you some clarity about what you have to decide with that for yourself. So
Brandy, I'm gonna have to set up a date to go visit your store in New Hampshire.
Oh, she's a store in New Hampshire?
Yeah, in Keene, New Hampshire. I went. Oh my God, you'll love it. We have to go, Brandy. We have to go.
Called, Lewis? What's it called?
Brandy, what's your store called? It's called, oh my God.
Brandy, what is it? The name of your store, and is there a website for it too?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'll share it. Yeah, I'll send it. Shadow and Soul Emporium. Right here.
Shadow, I'm writing that down.
You better not go without me.
You better not. Oh no, you don't.
Let me tell you something. If I found out that you went without me, I would slice your tires.
Oh my God. See how mean he is to me. But before I go, I want to just again recommend this book, Animal Speak. This is a great book. I want to say probably find it on Amazon. Ted Andrews. Where is his name here? Ted Andrews. Ted Andrews has several kinds of books out on spirituality. He died some years ago. It was a big loss for our community and as far as his writings, but very, very interesting stuff. So,
Randy, tell them where they could contact you
if
they want a private reading.
Sure. You can contact me at it's all lowercase. It's cardreadingsbyrandy.com.
Okay, I'm gonna put it right here.
And all my information is on there. It talks about how my mother read, my grandmother was a reader, and then there's an interview on there. I did a TV cable TV interview some years back. So that was really fun. And
like that, Randy? Like that?
Card readings by Randy. Yes. Yep. And all my pricing is on there. So just to give you the heads up on that, I do a half an hour for $40. I also do a 45-minute reading, and that's $60. And then I do an hour for $80, and I do PayPal. And it can be done over the phone. It can be done like a Google Meet reading if you want to do that, or even on the Facebook Messenger with a live video chat if you want to do that. And just know that over the phone readings work just as well as an in-person reading. It's like doing this kind of now. It's almost like doing a phone reading kind of thing too. So it all
works. Same energy.
Yes, exactly. And again, because it's what again, calling my guys my gang. It's what my gang. The messages come from them, and what I'm supposed to be telling you from what they're supposed to be relaying. So it's all that kind of stuff like that there.
Yeah. All right.
And don't forget, if you want to check out Tyler Henry on Netflix, Life After Death, very good show too. So, and I always thank you so much, Lewis.
Oh, thank you. So everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Randy. And remember, in this life, what you allow would only continue. So, see you next time. Adios, arrivederci, sayonara.
Bye.